Bro, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I think Charlemagne is gay. Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Bro, what else did they talk about in the interview, bro? It was like 20 minutes about whether or not Charlemagne was gay, and did they even respect that?
They talked about a lot in the interview, and they talked about a lot that went over people's heads.
They always talking about a lot. So look, this is where we can start it. I haven't put up any clips, and so unbeknownst to me, had no clue that any of this was gonna occur, but. The first thing that happened was I saw my boy DJ Envy speaking on fucking Dame Dash.
I would assume. I don't know.
But are we still talking about this boss conversation? Like, is that a conversation that we're still having? That's the first thing he said. 50 Cent is his boss, but 50 Cent, that's his partner on it. He's EPing with him, so I guess they're partners. But I hate this boss conversation because I hate the fact that people be like, I don't need no boss. I don't want no boss. Well, sometimes not having a boss will lead you into foreclosure and only having assets to lead up to $2,400.
Damn.
Like, you can't keep having this boss conversation without having a real conversation about entrepreneurs. You can't keep having these conversations.
They ain't posted that old clip of him getting at you on Breakfast Club.
I ain't see that in a long time.
You a little hot this morning, huh?
Nah, that clip is amazing. That clip is amazing. If you see what happens within 10 years and then you look at that clip, you be like,
oh man,
somebody made a bad decision.
Well, I will.
Dame should be happy that the rights to Paid in Full went to another black man, and he should be happy that that black man decided to make another black man the executive producer of the film. Not to.
10 years ago, DJ Envy and Dame Dash had a. 10 years ago, DJ Envy and Dame Dash had a back and forth.
Legendary back and forth.
Legendary. Can you get your kids a job here? Do you have a boss? That was the conversation. Should you be a boss or an employee? Yeah. And I think sometimes these conversations get a bit binary. Everybody's not meant to be a boss. Everybody's not meant to be an employee. But I think Dame Dash presented an idea to many of us that we hadn't fully considered at that point in time.
Right.
What it takes to actually be an entrepreneur. And so when I saw this clip right here, I got a little annoyed because I was like, damn, you're a real cornball, DJ Envy, for following up 10 years later just to shit on a nigga, even though he was right at that time. So Dame Dash and DJ Envy followed that up by coming back together to rediscuss what it means to be a boss.
And for Dame to clear up a lot of things that have been said about him on the Breakfast Club over the last several months.
Why does somebody have to show up to clear up hate that you've been presenting about them? Like, well, I don't need to clear it up the hate that you niggas do about, like, you hating.
Not just hate, but so from Dame's perspective, it was more so clearing up things that were not true or inaccurate or painted him in a negative light.
Did you hear the story on Breakfast Club about how Jay-Z didn't get the casino bid in Times Square?
I saw that on the news.
Did you see it on Breakfast Club?
I didn't see it on the Breakfast Club.
I didn't either. I didn't hear them report on any negative news on Jay-Z. So I agree with Dame Dash on that front, at least. Like, it's certain people that they hate on, and certain people that they
for sure,
do whatever.
That's been clear for years though. The Breakfast Club, like.
So I'm just tapping in where Dame was at, saying, y'all hating on bro, because anything that he said, it was like, but let me introduce this counterpoint to you, not let me listen to what you're saying. Let me just kind of introduce a counterpoint about how you're a broke loser. I think they actually called him a broke loser at some point during the interview.
Well, I'll like to start from the beginning because it gives me, like, I can recall things more clearly. So when I turned on the interview, bro, the Dame Dash interview, I almost had to cut the shit off.
Why? What did Dame do immediately to make you say, I don't want to see this?
It was almost an intolerable watch, like, because of the childish nature of the back and forth that was presented like 10 minutes
The
in.
tension.
Like 15, 10 to
10 seconds?
Like 10 to 15 minutes in, it was already like very just. I was like, I'm not.
We shouldn't
I was,
be here. For
I'm
this.
like, I'm not watching this bullshit. Like, I have other things to do. Then I stayed along for the ride. You know, pause, and it was very hilarious. Okay. It was a hilarious interview, sprinkled with some business lessons and name calling.
Okay.
So it was just, it was just pure entertainment if you want to just kind of like something to laugh at. But if you're listening for value or things that will impact your life, there are some things there as well.
So where do we start at with that stuff?
Which part?
Let's start here. Overall perspective on what's going on. Overall perspective on Dame. Your phone died?
I got that.
Oh. Overall perspective. Did it finish?
It's sent. Okay. I actually was about to check to make sure.
Excuse me. So overall perspective on Dame Dash after watching the interview.
My overall perspective on Dame Dash is that he's a very bothered man. He's very egotistical. He's very rude. He is very ambitious. He values family and masculinity. He is a hustler.
Yeah, for sure.
He's very smart. He's also a terrible communicator. He's easily triggered, and when he's easily triggered, he reacts like a child.
So are you clear that he's easily triggered, or he's?
It was apparent.
So to me, when I was watching it, I didn't see him easily triggered. I saw him be antagonistic, and what's the appropriate word? He was being antagonistic at times. He was leading it.
Okay.
So he was being antagonistic at times, and then he was being playful at times. And I don't think people really understand when he's being playful. I think that's part of it. I'm gonna get up and leave. I think he was playing when he was doing it.
Yeah.
And then like, you're triggering me. Like saying that very calmly, I think that's trolling, playing, antagonizing. Sometimes me as a person, the way I joke is I play into the character of who I'm supposed to be to that person. So if I'm like an ignorant dickhead to them, I'll play into that role, and it's funny to me, probably nobody else, because they're confused and I'm not. I know how to do all behaviors. So for me, I looked at Dame and I saw a guy who is, like you said, egotistical, clever, intelligent, frustrated. He is probably frustrated with his if he is still frustrated, he may be frustrated with his reputation in the community.
Yeah,
as
for sure,
the consummate loser. And if I was him, I would probably be frustrated with that reputation as well, because I don't think it's well deserved or anything like that. In the interview, I don't know. I tend to not see everything as good and evil like everybody else does. So, So how did you feel he was being treated in the interview? With respect or a lack of respect? Constantly?
I think that they started off because he walked in and set the tone and boundary. He said, "Hey, please don't interrupt me. Hey, we're gonna lead with respect." After that respect was lost, whatever, on either part, I can't even remember. I can't remember literally where the line was crossed. Once that he felt as though that respect was no longer there, and once the Breakfast Club felt as though the respect was no longer there, they then treated him like a joke.
But what did he do to like encourage them that he was not going to show them respect? Like why Why do you think they adopted
so he
that?
asked them to not interrupt him, and he interrupted them a million times. He asked them to respect him, and then he immediately started disrespecting them.
So for me,
so it's like you can't do that. You can't walk in and be like, "Yo, do this," and then you're not doing anything that you're asking them to do.
I can see that perspective. I could also see that they didn't respect him before he walked in, after he left. They
I think
disrespect him constantly.
I think Lauren and Jess were probably the only impartial people in the room.
Jess was completely respectful. She was the most respectful person while he was there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, after he left, she completely stopped that routine. And so, I don't know, bro. When I'm looking at stuff and I'm going like, yo, y'all clearly don't respect this man. You're not really showing him any respect. You haven't in years. I don't.
Yeah, but I think it was after he started spazzing. He started wilding on them, and then that's when they like. At least Charlamagne and Envy, they just was like, all right, now this is like whatever.
At the same time, they joke on like. So I just showed you the video of Envy basically calling him out right now. And again, this is everybody doing this to Dame Dash. It's not just the Breakfast Club. It's everybody constantly saying you're losing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no possible way you're winning, and you're very bad at doing what you do. And the claims that you made about things that we know you've done, we don't even believe that anymore. You have people, and again, I'm not there. I don't know why Cameron is not close with this guy anymore, or doesn't consider him a friend, and isn't really treating him like one publicly. But these are things that are actually occurring. So, you know what I mean? Nobody's kind of holding this guy down. And
but he brought it upon himself though.
How?
By being an asshole, like by not being nice to people. That's when. So
you saw him be mean to somebody at the Breakfast Club.
Yes.
What was the mean stuff? I mean, we talking about the interview shit.
He called him gay.
Bro, okay, that thing. Who do you know who doesn't call Charlamagne that?